Good morning, brothers and sisters. It's Brother Rufus J. Hogg. I'd like to welcome you to Saturday Morning Live. I had not intended to be the first one on the show today, but I would like to welcome you to Craig O'Neill TV for another edition of Saturday Morning Live. As I will tell you, I had some notes here that I thought I would share with you. If you could just hold on a moment, I'll be glad to share them. It's one of the reasons why that I am on this morning. You probably have noticed that I am not wearing the hog hat, and it's because it's basketball season, so I wear the hat that's in honor of our church team, the Ramblers, as you can tell on the hat and the headgear. Let me go get my notes, and I'll be right back, I promise. Hold on. I'll left my notes in the other part of the Rambling Razorback Temple of Faith. Hold on. All right, here we go. Waiting for people to show up this morning because I have a big announcement to make, and we've all got our fingers crossed today that this actually works. Excuse me. But I would like to announce here on this Saturday Morning Live here at the Rambling Razorback Temple of Faith that Sister Elsinore Piggy, I'm sorry, she's related to a Perry in Perry County. That's why I got her name confused. That and I can't read my own writing. Say Hog-a-looyah. Sister Elsinore Perry, excuse me, there I go again. If we just had a piggy county in Arkansas, it would be so much better. We should have, because of our mascot. Don't you agree? Say Hog-a-looyah. Sister Elsinore Piggy is about to have come forth with some good news. Let me explain. It seems that Sister Elsinore had a pet parrot named Buddy, who many of you may know. Buddy has actually toured the state because Buddy is a parrot that could call the hogs. Sister Elsinore taught Buddy how to call the hogs, and he became quite the tourist attraction at the Rambling Razorback Temple of Faith, and many of our fundraisers involve Buddy. Unfortunately, we saw a downside to the lackluster football and basketball seasons we had this year because all of a sudden, and it happened midway through the basketball season, Buddy started to cuss. Well, if you've got a parrot that you've trained to call the hogs, and many people have adopted it, you don't want that bird cussing, especially on children and, more importantly, those of us at the Rambling Razorback Temple of Faith. Therefore, Sister Elsinore spent $5,000 to have Buddy shipped live to a pet therapist in St. Louis who claims to have cured Buddy. And sure enough, the bird came back just 3 weeks ago. Buddy has been in the room with Sister Elsinore watching the Razorbacks. And by the way, Sister Elsinore claims she's not the one and not the reason why Buddy started cussing. She claims the bird is so smart that he knows when things are going wrong, and that is why the expletive came forth. It wasn't her. She has claimed that over and over again. However, that having been said, since the Razorbacks have been playing better, it turns out that Buddy has stopped cussing. It seems that the pet therapist has done his work and been a fabulous addition to Sister Elsinore's household. And we are very thankful and hopeful that Buddy has been cured, and we are in hopes today that when Arkansas plays Alabama, we will find out indeed if Buddy has been cured. We will let you know next week. The game starts at 11 right after Saturday Morning Live, and so we should know something by 11:05. Thank you so much. Go Hogs, go. Beat Alabama. Anytime I say that, don't you feel a surge of adrenaline? If we can beat Alabama in anything, doesn't it make you feel better? And the way the basketball team has been playing, say Hog-a-looyah, anything could happen. And now, if you'll excuse me, I'd like to welcome another guest to Saturday Morning Live. Pardon me, I'm going to put down the microphone and welcome none other than the head football coach at Roosterpoot High School. Here is Coach Pooterbaug. Let me get Coach Pooterbaug. Coach, you want to come in?
Thank you. Thank you so much, Brother Hogg. I just want to take the time to mention something going on at Roosterpoot.
Yeah. Hey, we've had some problems up there at Roosterpoot. I just wanted to run them by you. And I just want to clear something up right now about a controversy that has erupted in Roosterpoot, and we're getting through it. But in case you didn't know, and I'm just going to address the gorilla in the room, which is beginning to smell a little bit because of the rain. Involves the Roosterpoot Public Library, the RPPL. It seems that the Roosterpoot librarian, Esther Readmore, she's the librarian there. She's gotten into it now with the county judge, Buford Spatz. It seems that the county judge, several months ago, asked Esther to take the books off the children's library that even smacked of smut. If there was any hint of smut, he wanted her to go through there and get those books and get them out of there. Well, she balked, and that created some controversy up there in Roosterpoot. He got to the point where he's going to withhold funding up there at Roosterpoot Public Library, the RPPL, unless she took those books out of there. She went through the entire children's and young person's library. She found 9 books, well, 10 if you count Catcher in the Rye, and she put them in a special section of the Roosterpoot Library. They're still there, but in a special section. Now the controversy has gotten deeper because she named that section where the smut books are after the county judge. Excuse me, this is not a laughing matter. It seems that the smut section is now named the Buford Spatz Smut Section. And so parents in Roosterpoot are advised to tell their kids not to go near Buford Spatz. And that just isn't sitting well with the county judge. Well, there's one more chapter to this ongoing saga, and that is Buford Spatz is now threatening to name the city dump after Esther Readmore. He hadn't done it, but unless she takes the sign down from the special Buford Spatz section, he's going to do it. I'll update you on this Roosterpoot controversy that's raging through the county, and we just hope they can get through it and work out their differences, because it's smut versus garbage in Roosterpoot. Thank you all for letting me clear the air. Excuse me. Pardon me. The name of this show is Oops, and I think I just contributed. Thank you all for letting me be a part of Saturday Morning Live. Just get clear of the air. Let's just clear the air. That's the way I feel like it. Edward R. Murrow said one time that telling the truth was the best form of I've forgotten the quote. I'm a football coach. I only know plays. So anyway, let me bring back in your host, your regular host for Saturday Morning Live, Craig O'Neill. Craig, you want to come on in? Because I think I've really messed things up. I knocked some stuff off here, and I think I just dropped the mic. Not real sure. Yeah, I did. I'm sorry, Craig. That's okay, Coach. That's all right. We'll see you later. You want season tickets to this year's games? Yeah. I'll be glad to. Coach. So glad he could. Man, he did mess things up. Boy, oh boy, did he ever. Excuse me. Good morning, you all. Welcome. I want to say hello to Aaron Marquise, who's... Well, Aaron, you're laughing at what's happening in Roosterpoot, but it's not so funny to them. So, just be careful. We want to say hello to Sister Susan Bolt. Oops, I'm starting to pick up Brother Hogg. Excuse me. Okay. Welcome to the March 9th edition of Saturday Morning Live. Coach Pooterbaug called me and wanted his time, and I'd already planned on Brother Hogg. We're hoping that parrot gets cured. You wouldn't believe some of the words coming out of that parrot's mouth. And by the way, they've got a terrific pet store very near the Ramblin' Razorback Temple of Faith. If you'd like a parrot that can speak really well, I've got Brother Hogg's number, so, you know, you do have to go through counseling from planned parrothood. Okay. Today, I promised we would talk about blue zones. That's right, blue zones. It's where you want to be. And you want to be in a blue zone because it means you're living longer. Have you read about this? Comes courtesy, whoops, of my Time magazine. There it is. There's Time. What if I did this? Nope. This? Okay, that's where there you go. I think we're on the computer camera today and not on the, I'll be darned. Okay. Excuse me, I get distracted. Okay, the blue zone. It's where you want to live longer. You live longer on the computer camera. Where is it? Where did I put it? Okay. Somewhere. Here we go. All right. Here are my notes. I got them. Don't worry. Another edition of Oops. Maybe that ought to be the name of my book. Anyway, Dan Buettner, who is an educator from up northeast, big-time educator, author, has spent his career, he's an anthropologist, studying blue zones, areas in the world where people live longer. People who live in blue zones have one thing in common. What do you suppose that is? What's the one thing that people who live longer in blue zones around the world have in common? What do you think? Sleep, exercise, diet, something along those lines?
Contentment.
Contentment. Jane's here.
Barely.
They live, get this, Jane.
What?
They live a human needs first lifestyle. In other words, the basics are their first priority. That means eating whole foods, having rich social lives like we're doing, although I wouldn't suggest Facebook as a complete social life, but it's a starter. Getting regular movement, as in exercise. I guess that's exercise.
Well, yeah. Maybe they go now.
When you're over 70, that has a whole different meaning.
No.
And this is very important, working with a purpose rather than for the sake of maximizing productivity. How about that? So, working with a purpose. So, that is a blue zone. I think Arkansans are somewhat in a blue zone because we have such a beautiful setting around Arkansas. We want to get out in it. We get back to nature. That makes us healthier. That makes us eat right. We sleep longer. I think we're in a blue zone. I know we're considered a red state, but we're in a blue zone. How about that? Okay. Next, what was next on the list? Let me see who else is here. Marianne Williams, as always, thank you. You have led to helping me work for maximizing productivity. Thank you. And Susan Boatman, glad to have you here. Maria Swicegood, as always. Natalie DeHart, good morning to you. Has anybody seen Linda Cole or Lisa Polk or Gloria Compton? Are y'all here? Check in with me.
You are. Hey, Linda.
Jane says, hi, Linda. Thank you for investing
She is
in her artwork.
investor of all that.
I know.
Some paintings and
Okay.
sculpture.
Here's the next. I'm looking to see. Alice Housley's here. Lori, not to take anything away from y'all. Thank you for tuning in, but I'm looking for Lisa Polk, Gloria Compton, and Linda Cole. There's Lisa. Okay, Lisa. Thumbs back up. She gave me a thumbs up. I just want to mention Lisa because she's in Marvel, Arkansas, and is a part of the Friends of the Delta Dog, whatever that is. But here's why I want to talk about Lisa. They're having an Egg My Yard fundraiser on March 31st in honor of Easter. And I think that's terrific. Egg My Yard. It's an Easter egg hunt, but instead of calling it just a plain old Easter egg hunt, how imaginative. It's Egg My Yard. Of course, that could lead to a mess. The yolk could be on them. Okay. The next on the list, what else did I read in my Time magazine? 5 low-stress ways to declutter. And there's one of these that I found fascinating, but 5 of them. They make good sense. Tackle one category at a time. Go slow. One category, like magazines, clothes, stuff like that. Number 2, edit your wardrobe automatically. And here's what I found fascinating. There was a guy that every time he would wear something, he would put it back on the hanger and turn the hanger the opposite way to indicate that he had worn it. And at the end of the year, he looked at the hangers that were not turned opposite or hadn't been, and that way he judged what clothes he wasn't wearing, and he donated those. Don't get me going as to how he did it, but I thought that was how you turn your hanger as the indicator as to how much you're wearing the clothes. I thought was interesting. Okay. Scan your stuff. Now this is cool. I'm a hoarder when it comes to pictures and coupons, not coupons, but pictures and certificates and even newspaper headlines. Jane will tell you, I've got 4 bulging accordion files of stuff saved over the last 30 years. This article says, take your phone. If you see something really special, scan it. Save it in the cloud. Declutter. I like that. Make donating part of your regular routine. Put it on your list of things to do. And finally, gamify the purge. If you're a parent or a grandparent, you can actually challenge your children to go through your stuff, and whoever finds 5 things to carry out first or something like that wins. I think those are brilliant. Thank you. Susan Boatman, good idea. Thank you for watching, Susan, and endorsing some of these tremendous ideas. I'm looking to see, I've seen Lisa. Is Linda Cole here or Glenda Compton? Are you here? Check in. I got to talk about y'all before I leave, because it's, good Lord, y'all, it's 10:19. How did that happen? Okay. Let's do a quick 2-minute poll. We're going to do a 2-minute poll. I'm going to ask everybody to come vote in on this. Here's Jane. Perfect.
Sorry.
St. Patrick's Day is in 8 days.
He's actually not a leprechaun.
He's not a leprechaun, but
He's a gnome, the type of garden gnome.
but
that
he's
protects
green.
Pollinators.
Pollinator garden. Perfect.
And people need to know, when you spray for mosquitoes, you're killing everything else, like fireflies and butterflies and bees.
Well, there goes our Mosquito Joe sponsorship. Thanks a lot.
I'm interrupting.
No, you're not. Jane fears that she's interrupting. Actually, she's adding too. She's the only reason I get any response anyway. Okay, where were we?
Want to see my gnome drawing?
Sure. Okay, 2-minute poll. Here we go, real quick. Let me see. Where are we? We're gonna start this in about 44 seconds. You've seen it all over the state. You've read about it in the newspapers. The TV stations are going crazy. Oaklawn began promoting it 3 months ago. And you know by now what I'm talking about. What is it, April the 9th that we're doing it? The eclipse, the total eclipse across Arkansas. They're expecting many, 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 many visitors, and towns and Chamber of Commerces have built their whole promotional budget, or spent their whole promotional budget around the eclipse on April 9th. Here's the question. Is the eclipse overrated?
No.
Mandy Hall says April 8th. Do you think the eclipse is overrated? It's only 5 minutes. It only takes 5 minutes.
4 minutes.
Okay, Jane says 4.5.
It,
For 2 minutes,
it's
yes, it's overrated. No, it's not. And if you want to add a comment, that's terrific.
No, it's not overrated.
Mary Ann Williams says no. But now Mary Ann's in Des Arc, and they've been pushing it. Mandy Hall says yes, it is overrated. Mandy, thank you. Sheila, thank you. She says yes, that's 2-2. Maria says no, we're even. Lynn puts yes over the top, it is overrated. Susan says no, it's tied. Aaron says no, and I'm excited. So that adds something to it. Shelley says yes, but right now it's not overrated by 1 vote. Alice says it's good for Arkansas. That puts them up 2 votes. So there you go. No, wait a minute. Alice says good for Arkansas, no. Now we're tied. Now, Kendra says it just depends on your interest. That's right. So I'm asking for a yes or a no. Natalie says depends on where you are, and it's going to be crazy. It's overrated. Lori says no, I'm excited. Wait a minute.
There won't be
That should be a yes.
in our lifetime.
The question, in case you've just joined us, we have 30 seconds left on the 2-minute poll. Is the eclipse overrated? Have we overreacted to this? Right now, the no's lead it. It's not overrated. Karen, however, says yes. One more yes, and it ends up being a tie, which I've noticed on Saturday Morning Live happens. Alicia says no, I'm excited. We have 7 seconds left. Lori's laughing. That's not a vote. Carmen says yes, it is overrated, and Abby says yes.
I say no.
The eclipse is overrated. It's 5 minutes that is going to be over like that. I hope we get the visitors that everybody's hoping we get. So, and it helps the economy.
Dark, and stars will come out, and all the birds get quiet.
Yeah.
It's really. Oh, I'm sorry.
No, Jane's preaching, but the poll's over. It ends up being yes, it's overrated by 1 vote.
My vote counts
So,
twice.
so be ready when the eclipse begins.
What's that?
On April the 8th.
What are you doing? You want to show my drawing?
I'm dramatizing the eclipse.
No, that's square.
Wait, this is better. This is better. Okay. You know what the latest conspiracy theory is? The latest conspiracy theory is, you know that spacecraft they sent to the moon? Now the anti-Biden people are saying that during the eclipse, that spacecraft was sent up there to flash the words, vote for Biden, across the eclipse.
You made that up.
I didn't make that up.
How many people are nuts?
That's the latest.
That's like
I'm just warning you.
lasers.
Ladies and gentlemen, the eclipse is starting to happen on Saturday Morning Live. Thank you all for joining us. We'll update you on the cussing parrot next week with Brother Rufus J. Hogg. We hope that things in Roosterpoot settle down between the librarian and the county judge, and we hope you'll join us again next Saturday for Saturday Morning Live, brought to you by Walnetto Arts and Entertainment, where imagination is never eclipsed.
That's weird. And
Wait, it says end live video. I can't end it. Uh-oh.
well,
Uh-oh.
shut her down, hun.
Well, shut her down. Thank you all. I couldn't end it.
Did you?
Yep.